Not exactly kids, I'ma pass it to my nigga, yeah. Not exactly kids, but I'm still clowning though. This is our time, shawty, you already know. Open your ears, homie, as I let it flow.
Oh, Mitch, you canceled son of a bitch.
When you attack the cancel culture, that's the quickest way to get us canceled. We just started this podcast, bro. Don't get us shut down too fast.
Man, listen, I don't give a damn about cancel culture. Listen, I need you guys to listen to me now. I am not canceled now.
Did you just Captain Phillips the cancel culture?
Yes, I did. Because I don't understand it. It's stupid. It's the dumbest, most confusing, most contradictory. So many words for it. I can't even describe it.
Well, I got a feeling of how you feel about this topic right here. But guys, before we even really do a deep dive into all of this, we just want to let you guys know that it is not our intentions to offend anybody, but these are our opinions and we have the right to voice them. So if you feel like you may be attacked in this, please, you can turn off the podcast. You don't have to listen to it, but just understand that we accept your opinions just like you should accept our opinions. You don't have to agree with it, but don't just shut it out completely.
Yeah, because if y'all think I'm going to feel sorry for anything that I say right now, I personally don't give a damn. You can easily just turn this off or pop it out your ear and go outside and listen to the bird tweet to make your ass feel better. Because my opinion is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. Personally, you can leave it for all the fuck I care.
All right, you just laid down.
But as I said, we forgot to do our intro. This is the Not Exactly Kids podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Jones.
And I'm your host, Elha Jotland.
And we have our intern here,
Shark Bait. Ooh-ha.
He doesn't have a mic right now because as of right now, he's not that important. We'll include him later on.
His status will grow as this podcast grow.
But hey, listen. If y'all get us to give me a number,
250.
Damn, that's pushing. You want us to get 250 downloads?
I mean, we already at 140 right now. It doesn't seem too far off.
Okay, I mean that one.
So guys, keep pushing.
Let's just go for 175. If y'all get us to 175, we'll get this man a mic and he'll be official tissue.
He'll be on the podcast with us, voicing his opinions. From the younger generation. He's like 13, so they probably can't be that good.
Yeah, no, not really something we want to hear. But yes, today we'll be talking about a very interesting subject. We shall be talking about cancel culture.
If you didn't already guess that.
And the reason why we had to jump into this is because I've just been on social media and just seeing different stuff. Just so many. This past year, a lot of things have been canceled. I mean, it's been going on for a while, this new canceled culture. But now it's just starting to get a little crazy with it because they're trying to cancel a cartoon. They're canceling Pepe Le Pew, a cartoon. It says it promotes rape culture. Yet, Quagmire on Family Guy still exists.
True. He has done a lot of things way worse than I would say Pepe Le Pew definitely has. So, he should be the main one on the back burner for that. But I kind of feel like Pepe Le Pew kind of, he pushes the boundaries. Although he kind of hasn't been on air for like a while now. But
he's a skunk in that. Like I said to you before we even talked about this on the podcast, he's a skunk. He's an animal. Animals in the animal kingdom, there's no such thing as a rape culture. If they're horny and want to have sex, they're going to have sex. They will bend that little rabbit over and do it rabbit style. They will bend that little animal over and do it skunk style. Okay. They will bend that lion over and do it lion style.
We get the point. You don't have to be so,
They will bend that rhino over and do it rhino style.
Oh, my God. Jeez, my man. Tone it back a little. But
hit him with the kangaroo.
Sit your big ass down. Fucking hopping everywhere. Belly all over the damn place. Nah, but with Pepe Le Pew, though, like he's not just like some skunk now. This is not like some Natural Geographic thing. Like he is technically a person now. He has a name. He speaks French. He's conscious of the things that he's doing.
Okay, here's my back to that. My rebuttal to that. If you take a skunk, and the skunk's from France, and the skunk talks to another skunk, how do we know that skunk isn't talking to another skunk in French?
What?
You have an American skunk, The cartoon, we don't know if that's what if they were actually speaking, because the humans never understood him. They would just run away from him because he smelled. No human ever understood him.
We did. That's the reason why we're looking at it.
Now we're just taking a deep dive into the animal language. We don't know if he was speaking skunk. Do you speak skunk? No. So we don't know if you had a skunk in France and it's talking to another skunk, that skunk is speaking French, because to us, we can't understand it. The cartoon was just allowing us to have that bear. Just like when we watch Japanese cartoons, they give us English subtitles so we can understand it. Or they'll come Americanized and they'll do the voiceovers in American so we can understand them.
Okay, well, here's my comeback on that. If we can't understand him, so you say, we can definitely see his actions. And I know if he's going mew, mew, mew on the girl's arm and she's shunning him away and hauling ass, clearly she don't want to be with this guy.
See,
and yet, there he is.
You never watched National Geographic.
There he is.
Because animals will do that. A female lion will sit there and try to fight the male lion off it. But at the end of the day, that's just animal kingdom. That's just animal mindset. What we going to do? We going to sit here and we going to put lions and tigers. Well, we already keep them in captivity. We going to put them in jail too for rape. We going to start putting fucking lions on trial for rape. And then what really pisses me off is we had, like I said, we have a skunk sitting here getting in trouble for all of this shit. But then we have the Harvey Weinstein of fucking Family Guy. Actually, he was worse than Harvey Weinstein. This nigga had fucking females in the dungeon, females on the floor, females under his bed, and females just in and out his door.
That was a pretty good rhyme, but I see where you're going with that. Yeah. As you said before, he should be a main character who should be canceled. Did they ever like call him out on it though?
No, I mean, a lot of people on social media have been giving like examples of other cartoons that should be canceled, not just Pepe Le Pew, but it's just like Pepe Le Pew, you're taking them out of a movie and then saying you're not going to show any of his shows anymore. Nobody from the younger generation is checking for Pepe Le Pew. And anybody that is, if you watch the cartoon, it should be open for conversation. It shouldn't be Pepe Le Pew canceled. It should be, how do you guys feel about Pepe Le Pew?
Is there a way that we can write Pepe Le Pew and like have somebody else call him out on it? That way he can probably learn from these kind of actions maybe?
But see, that's what I mean. But they don't do that. It's just up, canceled. Up, canceled. Up.
Canceled.
But listen to me now. You should not cancel me.
Stop Captain Phillips the goddamn cancel culture right now, bro.
Listen, they needed Captain Phillips, but the dude's name wasn't Captain Phillips. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and then you have like, what was another one? Another cartoon that they tried to. Well, no, they don't really cancel a lot of cartoons.
Well, they're planning on canceling out some of the old Disney cartoons that they felt were pretty racist.
Well, Disney, that's a different ball game in my opinion.
Well, here's my problem with the whole Disney thing, because I'm like, I can see where they're going with it, and like some of the cartoons that they show, and I'm just like, all right, I can see that, but they kept Mickey, and from last time I checked, Mickey is technically based off the minstrel show. I mean, he's like in blackface with the white gloves, you know, that's the minstrel show. In early cartoons, that's where the cartoonists actually got all their material from. It's coming from that minstrel kind of thing, and yet here Mickey Mouse is. I mean, of course they gave him like a little bit clothes and everything like that, but you can still see a little bit of this minstrel thing going on there. But yet he's the proud mouse. Like, is Disney really going to get rid of Mickey Mouse, their bird pride and Jew?
Yeah. But I will say this though. Once again, it's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. If you're sitting there having your kids watch cartoons, right? I'm not watching that cartoon like Pepe Le Pew talking about some ooh la la and then kissing on a skunk. Did you go to school and after you watch that cartoon start kissing on the girl's arm and be like ooh la la?
No, hell no. Hell no.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
hell no.
If your kids are watching this, sometimes they'll mimic the action, but if they mimic the action, it's your job as a parent or our jobs as adults to make sure they're not doing that stuff. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be, your focus should be what they're watching. It shouldn't be us as a society just being like, oh, we're gonna get rid of this. We gotta get rid of it for good because oh no, I can't do it. I can't raise my kids. No.
Okay, so with this whole cancel culture thing, do you think this is, I mean, like, who is it that actually does this thing? Like, who are the people who really determines this? like the
I'll tell you
cancel
who it
culture.
is. I'll tell you who it is. It's some weird. So it's probably some lonely person who's just randomly sitting at his or her computer, just randomly, and just sitting there saying, what am I going to do today? All right, I'm going to cancel ice cream because I can't eat ice cream anymore. So everybody else can enjoy ice cream.
This is pretty exaggerated, but
No, it's true. That's how it starts.
It kind of
In
does seem
certain
like that
aspects
sometimes.
of it, that's how it starts. Oh, we're gonna cancel this because I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to deal with this. I'm tired of this person. But then other aspects, it's actual stuff that actually happened, like the whole Doja Cat thing,
Oh yeah.
where she was apparently, they said, even though this was a while ago, people are probably up on it. But for all those who don't know, apparently Doja Cat was sitting there on little web chats with what was it? What do they call Aryans?
The Aryan Nation, I call them racist sons of bitches, but
Yeah, she was on chats with those people, just doing like weird stuff and just showing her feet and then, just combing her hair, like just doing dumb stuff like that. So like social media decided she needed to be canceled. The black culture decided she needed to be canceled. But how long has she been canceled? Because I still hear people bumping her music. Whereas sometimes there are justified reasons to do cancel culture, like the whole Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion thing. And for all those who don't know, Tory Lanez was accused of shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot.
yeah, that shit went overboard.
And yes, I did say accused because I do not believe in criminalizing somebody until they're guilty, even though I have my own opinion on the matter and I know where I stand. Little nigga.
You think he did it? That's where you stand.
That's neither here
He
nor
won't say it. I'll fucking say it. He think he did it.
But yeah, so that's a justifiable reason to cancel somebody. Like, he's not being criminalized. He wasn't being criminalized to the fullest extent for it. But now, because the culture got behind Meg Thee Stallion and we pushed for this man to be canceled, it's working somewhat. Because once again, like I said, how long does cancel culture actually last?
It never really lasts because like you said before, like the music's still being played. Like I was driving in the car, the other day during work, and they were playing "Told You So" by Doja Cat, and I'm not gonna lie, I still play it. It's like I like the fucking song, and I'm not about to stop liking the damn song because everybody else feel like, oh well, she should be canceled. But then that leads to the discussion of separating the art from the artist.
Yeah, true. But then you have somebody like Kanye to where it's like people still like, nah, I'm not fucking with Kanye. Nah, Kanye's still canceled. Nah, fuck Kanye. Fuck Kanye. But it's like everybody jumps to conclusion when it comes to cancel culture. Like for somebody like Kanye, we've all laughed and criticized this man for the longest. Every time this man opens his mouth, we find something to criticize him about. But in my opinion, have we actually listened to Kanye? Because I'm a Kanye fan. And I sit here and I'll listen to Kanye. I sure
sound ain't, so.
I listen to Kanye. Whenever Kanye talks, Kanye be dropping some gold if you really listen to him. Like, he really be dropping knowledge. Like, but people don't pay attention to what he's saying. Yes, he did say slavery was a choice, but if you literally listen to the interview with him and Charlemagne, he literally explained what he meant by that. He was not saying that, slavery, the actual slavery itself was a choice. He's talking about the mindset of slavery. Us going through life with this mindset of slavery has been holding us back for the longest.
The slave mentality.
Yes, it happened. Yes, it was a tragedy. Yes, we shouldn't let it go, but don't let that burden be on our back for the rest of our lives. We need to let that shit be on the back burner and still do what we got to do. Still have it, but let that be your motivation, not what's holding you back. So every time you go to a job interview, it's like, oh, they're giving the job to the white man over me. Well, sometimes no. If you can say you went to that interview and gave it the best you had, gave it your full all, you did your resume, you put in the effort to do that, then yes, they probably did give it to that person because you're white. But if you just half-ass going in there with jeans and a doobie, then
and a do-rag on your head, thinking you about to get this job, brother, you need to reevaluate everything.
Yeah, like, and then those are the people that turn around and say, nah, they gave it to that man because he was white. No, that's not why they did it. But it's just like, we turn around and we just cancel somebody. Or his opinion on Trump. He liked Trump. I know a lot of black people that like Trump. I'm not going to cancel them. That's their choice. That's their opinion. That's who they like.
That's their political belief. They have the right to have it. Again, you don't have to agree with it, but just shutting him out completely from society, or should I say at least trying to, because again, you never really are canceled out. You know, it's
And then you become a meme, and then you're all over the internet, and then you know what I'm saying. Like then what they want you to do is they want you to give a half-ass apology.
them shits is never ever sincere, because like I'm honestly, here's my thing about it. Why should it really be sincere in a way? Because like, yeah, okay, I done something, and sometimes you hash shit up probably from like the past that I totally forgot about, and then you make me go on some public apology, which to me seems more like public humiliation. It's like I need you to get down on your knees or whatever and apologize just to try to like make us feel better, when you know yourself this is half-hearted, but you just hearing it just makes you feel taller. Like that shit sounds shitty to me, at least
Because it feels like a victory to them. It feels like, oh, well, if you're sick, yeah, we got him to apologize. Yay, woo-hoo, we got this, sorry. Like, no, that didn't do anything. Because then when the doors close, they're just going to keep talking the same shit. That's the only problem. Just because we give an apology, you're still bumping their music, but in closed doors, they still feel the same way that they always do. You're not going to change somebody's mindset just because you canceled them. If you really want to cancel somebody, you got to hit them where it hurts. You don't just bash them on social media. If you really feel so strongly, don't support them. Because you have those that, like you said, you don't agree with what Doja Cat did, but you still listen to her music. Yeah. But then you said it's because you're not going to condone you're not going to put their art with their personality.
Yeah, separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Like, in my opinion, with Tory Lanez, because sometimes even though I don't agree with what he did, I still listen to Tory. Just like the biggest person that's canceled right now, I won't say his name because actually I will, because I don't care. Don't cancel us, because I don't give a fuck about saying this. R. Kelly.
Yeah,
I don't agree with nothing this man did. Nothing. But
doing it for a
can't
while
nobody
now,
sit here and say, if somebody plays a R. Kelly song, that you not just gonna sit there and just be like, damn, this shit hit.
I just can't let it go. Like some of his songs have direct links to my childhood. So of course I feel like if I just shut it out completely, you're pretty much telling me to erase this part of like my childhood, which I just won't do for any fucking body, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, just to make somebody like, no, we're not saying we condone what he did.
Not at all. Not at all.
By any means necessary. We do not agree with what he did. But the man's a great singer. He is. He's a great singer. So I can't just stop listening to his music, because then it's like on my playlist, then it's like once you get one song, you be thinking, damn, remember that R. Kelly song?
Yeah.
Then you got to stop yourself and be like, oh man, I can't play that. Goddamn. Oh shit. So.
But this is the old stuff though. I think like if R. Kelly tried to come back now and be like, hey man, I'm about to drop a new album, I'm like that shit again, no play in this ride. So I'm not playing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this shit.
Just like the New York favorite, Tim's.
Timberlands. I never liked Timberlands to begin with.
Like I know a lot of people say, oh, we don't wear Tim's, but New York culture has pushed Tim's to where it is now. And
that's a staple in New York City, baby. Yeah. Go uptown.
And for what a lot of people don't know or haven't realized, that tree that's on the Timberland boot, they used to hang slaves from that tree.
Strange fruit hanging.
Yeah. But Tim's ain't canceled. Gucci, that ain't canceled. Then it's just like, in my opinion, what are we canceling them for? Like, what are we trying to get out of this? In a way.
I really don't know. I feel like the ultimate goal of the cancel thing was to really shut everything down completely. It's like blip them on some Marvel shit, like blip them out of society altogether. But that just can't be done.
But I don't think that's what, like, I think that's what the original idea of it was. But as time grew, it just became
a fucking witch hunt.
Yeah.
It becomes a bit of a witch hunt. Usually it's celebrities because they're the ones who are mostly out there, public figures as well. But even then, it kind of trickles into like the whole job thing. It's like I was reading this article about this lady, whatever, and she was up for a promotion for like an editorial, like at like a magazine, whatever, it was like chief editor. But she did like a post when she was like 18, 19, whatever, and she didn't get the job because they found that post and they offered it to somebody else. And I'm just like, all right, Well, she was young, and like everybody else, when you're young, you do dumb shit. You make dumb mistakes. So should you try to terminate my future career, my fucking livelihood, just because I said this one thing? It just doesn't.
And
seem
then it
right.
depends on your age, because back in the day, even when we were growing up, you could say whatever the hell you wanted.
And nothing was sincere.
And there was no repercussions for your actions. Like, I get it. You want people to be held responsible, but back then it was just like people aren't so sensitive. Like, everybody today is just so sensitive where, like I told you the other day when we were sitting there drinking a beer on the porch, you're always going to say something that's going to offend somebody or bother somebody. You can't filter yourself all the time, because if you filter yourself, you're taking away that person's ability to express themselves. So it's like, I can't be sitting here having a conversation with a group of people and not be myself, because I got to worry about how this person's going to feel and how that person's going to feel. That's my opinion. That's the way I feel. This is me expressing the way I feel. So now you're telling me to hold that stuff in? No, you can't do that.
All right, but do you think they have a right to be, sensitive about these things? Because I know for me, if somebody said some like off the wall shit, like if I'm at work or whatever, and then it goes like, yeah, this Negro helped me, we got a fucking problem. We definitely have a fucking problem. You can't fucking say that shit. You can't say that shit.
Yeah, you can't. But then if that person says that to you, then yes, bring it to their attention. You shouldn't just cancel the person for saying it. Because, like I said, everybody doesn't feel the same way. That person felt like you were a Negro. I'm not saying it's right. No. I'm just saying you see that difference in opinion. To him, that was okay. To you, it wasn't. It bothered you. So have
Definitely.
that. So then that opens the lines for communication. But if I'm sitting here having a conversation with you and I have to be fearful, which a lot of people are nowadays, are fearful of everything that they're saying. No, you can't live your life that way. I can't live my life in fear that everything I post, everything I say, everything I do is gonna get scrutinized or fucking criticized. It doesn't matter. It's my opinion. It's how I feel. If I'm in the moment and I want to take a picture and be like, oh man, Black Lives Matter, and then somebody's on a post talking about some All Lives Matter, that's just my opinion. That's just the way I feel. Why do you have to take the need to do that? That's just me. Sometimes you gotta keep your opinions to yourself. If you feel strongly about it, inbox me. Don't comment it. Inbox me and say, hey, look, listen, why do you feel so strongly about Black Lives Matter when all lives matter? Now we can have that verbal conversation and we can educate one another. And then the other thing people have to learn to do is stop being so damn sensitive. When somebody says something you don't like, just ask them why. That's the problem. People don't say why. People don't say who, what, when, where, why. Why is the biggest part of that. Why did this happen?
So you're saying they're quick just to get too damn defensive rather than just being like, okay, look, I'm sure you probably didn't know, but this is how I feel about it. Yada, yada, yada. Please take that, information what you will. And then if you do it again on purpose, whatever, then you know where the fuck they stand.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, okay, well, fuck you, begin with. But now you know that they're terrible people.
Yeah, no, because it's like, in my opinion, it's just we're too quick to jump down people's throat. Like Eddie Murphy. Like, a lot of people don't realize he had to give an apology. I think it might have been last year. Don't quote me on this. But I do know they made him and Kevin Hart, they made them apologize for stuff they said way, way back in the day, when in that time it was okay to say. Like, they got upset at some of his at his comedy specials because they were like, oh, some of the stuff he said was too rude, and he was bashing the LGBTQIA plus community. But it was like, back then it was okay. Back then, he didn't hate them. I don't believe that they actually had hate in their heart. It was just a joke. It was just to make people laugh. And if there were people from that community in the audience at that time, they were laughing because they knew he wasn't serious. They knew he didn't have hate towards them. Like, not everything somebody says is hateful. Sometimes you can just be joking. But it's like, you can't even joke with people. Like, because if you say a certain joke, some people are going to be like, oh, no, you can't say stuff like that. Like, to them, that's funny. It's subjective. It's too subjective. How one person feels and how another person feels should never... You should never feel hate towards somebody because of that. Like, I get it. Back then, saying the F word you shouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
But back like in that time, it was okay. It was a word being used a lot, and back then, the LGBTQIA plus community wasn't as big and as known as it was now. Because I believe full-heartedly that had Eddie Murphy known that they were like truly affected by that, and it was as big now, he would have been open for that conversation with him to be like, okay, explain to me why I shouldn't say this,
or maybe just be a little bit more smarter with his work. I mean, because like Dave Chappelle, because like the past Netflix specials that he's been doing, like he's definitely been voicing his opinion on the whole matter, but the way he does it, he does it in a smart, creative way, I would say.
Yeah.
So the point where he like, it's like not his intention to like offend anybody with it, but he's just like, look, this is kind of how it plays out to me.
Yeah, and I know for you, it's a very touchy subject because you're an actor. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, for you, how would you feel if you had to, you have to teeter on that line all the time?
Like withholding like my opinions and everything like that. I feel like for me personally, I am really selective with my opinions to begin with. So I guess it won't be that hard for me, but on some subjects, I think I will kind of be a bit upset if I say one thing and then somebody just jumps down my throat because they probably took one thing I said at face value, whatever. I'm like, look, you don't even know the whole story from it. You're taking a little excerpt of it and you're just like blasting it out there, like trying to like shun me and honestly try to like fuck up my career. It's like, it's not even like that. So yeah, I would like to have that discussion.
But you're saying you're open to that discussion if it ever does happen.
Yeah, I'm completely open with that discussion because I don't freaking know everything. It's like, I had like, a classmate in college or whatever who was part of the community or whatever. And, you know, they changed their name or whatever. And at first I was just like, I don't know how to like navigate this, but you know, I did my best. I asked around of like, what should I go by? How should I address this whole thing? And people inform me to the point now where it's like, I don't even need to like to be super conscious of it. I know exactly how I'm going to approach this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you were
educate me. Yes. Educate me.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Educate me.
Yeah, like, and even with the whole Myers Leonard thing, and for all those who don't know, Myers Leonard was a professional basketball player who played for the Miami Heat. Well, used to, no longer does. But he was on a live stream and he was gaming, and he had used what was it? A word that's very hurtful to the Jewish community, like very hurtful. Like me personally, I didn't even know what this word meant until El Haj told me, and I was like, wow, okay. It's like the nigger for Jewish people, apparently.
In a way, yeah. So,
and he tried to say he didn't know what it meant, but not to go into that, because
your face is just like, I don't know if that guy really did know.
Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. If you're sitting here and I'm playing a game, right, and something pisses me off, right, mm-hmm. I'm not gonna use a word I don't know what the fuck it means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna call you like something random. The first word that popped in my head, and I don't know what the word means. You're gonna use words that you've heard before. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna use words that you've always used. That's in your vocabulary. Like, if something happens to me, I'm gonna say fuck. I say fuck all the time. Fuck, fuckity, fuck. But I'm not
shit.
Yeah, you're gonna say stuff like that. You're not just gonna
tit nuggets.
Yeah, but even something like that, like it's in your vocabulary. I'm not gonna pop out and say tit nuggets. I've never said that before. That's not gonna be the first thing to pop into my head.
It is when I play Xbox. Like, shit, tit nuggets.
But see, you've said it multiple times. You probably said it before. Like I said. But that wasn't the whole point of this example. The example was how a football player from the NFL, Julian Edelman, a wide receiver for the Patriots, took the time out to write a post. And I thought that was amazing because he didn't condone or agree with what he said, but he was like, hey, look, listen, you made a mistake. Don't do it again. Come sit with me and let me explain to you why you shouldn't use certain words in the Jewish community, because he probably doesn't have Jewish friends. I don't have Jewish friends. So there might be certain words I don't know are harmful to them, or certain things that I say are harmful to them because I don't hang around with a lot of Jewish people. If you don't hang around with that culture or that community, sometimes you don't know what things are hurtful and what not to say. Like, for example, the word nigga. Like, yeah, if a white person says it, yeah, I have a problem with it. But if you hang around with me and we have that conversation, I'll let you know. Look, listen, you may say it around your other black friends, but don't say it around me. Mm-hmm. So now you know that that's something you know, have that dialogue to where it's like, these are certain things that I don't want people to say around me. What are the certain things you don't want me to say around you? So that way now we know. Now we know what lines not to cross with one another. But it done got so tight to where you have to literally watch every little thing you say. Every little thing you say.
Extremely meticulous with things you say, the things you do, even in the comfort of your own home. That's where it kind of gets me sometimes. I'm like, look, I'm in my home. Now, of course, me, El Haj, I'm not going to just say some fucked up things just to freaking say it because I'm like, I'm safe in my home. I can freaking say it. It's like, no, like I'm still going to be mindful of the whole thing. But sometimes people are just like hanging out in their own home and they may just say something like in a text or whatever, and then they get picked up for it and they get called out on it. So it's a tough line, man. Tightrope. It's a tightrope.
That's what I'm saying. It's just gotten too tight now to where it's like every single solitary thing you have to watch. Like if I wipe my ass front to back, somebody's not going, why you wiping your ass like that? You need to wipe it back to front. Like, why does it matter how I wipe my ass? If I burp and I don't cover my, oh, you need to cover your mouth when you burp. You shouldn't just burp into the air. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Just let me be me. Allow people to express themselves. And then don't just jump down their throat. You could just ask, hey, man, why don't you cover your mouth when you burp? Because maybe, you know, I just wasn't taught that.
I'm like, hey, man, stop that shit.
Yeah, oh, you can say that. And then just be like, that's, come on, man. That's disgusting. But don't just be like, oh, my gosh.
I want to smell them hot dogs.
He's just an animal. He's just burping in the air. Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is my cancel culture voice, by the way, for the people. This is how I feel people in cancel culture talk. Oh, my gosh. He did it again. Oh, Jesus.
He is showing no love, right?
Yo, because I hate cancel culture, bro. I do, with a passion. It's the name. It's some of the things people cancel. Like, I'm not going to say, okay, let me reword that. I don't hate it. I just don't agree and understand it because it's so... It done got so misconstrued. I understood it in the beginning, and I was for it. I was like, yeah, I agree with this. Cancel this. Cancel that. Certain things, they do need to be canceled. Let's do the damn thing. But then, as it got started and we got more into it, I'm just like, what? Now they want to they want to stop. I was reading some article where they said they want to stop gender reveals.
You mean like for babies?
Yeah. Because you're... I can't think of the word, but you're giving them a label, giving them that gender label when you don't know if that little kid will be like that when they get older.
Okay, now here's how I feel about that. One, sad to say it, but fuck you, this is my kid. And when my kid grows up, they get to decide, because I gave them life, what it is they want to go by. And then when they choose, that's what I will address it by. And I will support it 1,000% but you don't have the right to try to tell me exactly what gender party, whatever I can or can't do for my fucking child.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. It gets so misconstrued because it's like cancel culture is saying you shouldn't label your child a certain gender, but it's my child. Who are you to tell me not to label my child, but you're telling me not to label my child? So it's like
double-edged sword.
Yeah, like what the fuck do you want me to do? If I don't label my child, then if I label my child, I'm a bad person. But then you're telling me I shouldn't label my child, but then I feel like you're a bad person. So now we're in a whole disagreement because you're just saying we shouldn't do it. It's not your choice.
Let's just call it. Let's just call it a baby. It's a baby. Yeah, but what is it?
But if I want to sit here and I want to have fun with my friends and family, it's a joyous occasion. This is a prideful moment for any parent. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, yes, I'm finally having my kid. Do I got a boy? And I'm just sitting here like, I'm happy. This is a joyous occasion for me. I get to live this because I want to have a gender reveal when I have my kids.
It's been 9 long months of anticipation. It's like
Well, technically, I think around a certain time you can tell if it's a boy or a girl, and that's when you have the gender.
I don't know.
reveal
I don't
party.
have kids. Thank God,
but,
so.
but that's
I can't.
fun. You're having fun with your family. This is a moment we all get to share together. And now people are trying to take this away from us because you don't want us to misgender our kid. The little nigga can't even hold his head up. How the hell is he supposed to know if he's a boy or a girl? The little nigga can't even pick his head up off the ground and say, "Daddy, don't call me that."
Why y'all be a little nigga?
I don't know. Well, technically, if I have a kid, that's my little nigga. Boy or girl. Let me just say that. You forgot about what if you have a little girl? You gonna call her a little nigga too? Yes, little nigga. They're both little niggas. I'm not gonna call her a nigget. I'm gonna call her a nigga because it stands for both genders. Anybody can be a nigga, a boy or a girl. You a nigga.
I'm gonna go just like daddy. That's my catchphrase. Just like daddy.
But yeah, man. We gotta take a break. We'll be back.
Yeah, it's getting heated.
Yeah, we'll be
Halftime.
back.
Halftime.
We'll be back. Hello. This would be the part where we have our ads, but we don't have any. Sponsor us, please. But until then, we're just going to do some shout outs. Like we said in our previous episode, if you share us and we see it, we'll shout you out. So first off, we have to give a shout out to our interns. We have
Sharkbait. Thank you, Sharkbait.
who shared us on his Instagram page. Yay. You can follow him at. You can't follow him. He's 13. I guess he doesn't have an Instagram. He does. He shared us on his Instagram. Don't even know his own
Can't
Instagram.
follow him. He's 13.
But then we can shout out our other intern who runs our Instagram page.
Oh, it's our sister Jasmine.
AKA Jasmine, or is it Jasmine Lotus or Lotus Jazz? I don't know. It's one of those. Let me hold on. I'll pull it up so you guys can know. Jasmine Lotus on Instagram, at Jasmine Lotus.
Don't follow her. She's ours.
Then our other sister and one of our closest friends, my Slytherin sister, Shanice.
Hi, Shanice. Ew, Slytherin.
You can follow her at Shanice Marie on Instagram. And a new person actually shared us. Actually, we have Nazira.
Ah.
You can follow her at Nazi _ 1995.
Well, thank you, Nazira.
And then we have two more people. We have my god brother X. You can follow him at, I think it's Roddy Rod _ Roddy Rod _
That is so Gen Z. It's so Gen Z.
And finally, one of the people that's very close to us. We've known this man for a long time. We haven't really spoken to him. We can't really say that, but he still holds a place in our hearts.
My brother. You got to tear up right now,
Walter.
man.
Our brother Walter. Thank you, Walter.
My bro.
And anybody else who we missed and you didn't tag us or didn't let us know that you followed us, we thank you. Thank you for pushing us.
Please,
actually, you know who we really should shout out? Shout out to Canada. Listening to us.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shout
Canada,
out to motherfucking Canada
with
the maple syrup.
God damn, I swear when this pandemic is over, bro, we gonna get some passports. We gonna do an episode in y'all neck of the woods if we can afford it.
Yeah.
He don't like to fly.
I don't like to fly. We'll drive. We will drive
We
to
will
Canada.
drive to Canada.
Maybe. I don't know if I could be in the car with this man too long. But shouts out to all of you guys. We thank
Y'all
you.
holding it down.
And for those who didn't share us, we still love you.
Still.
We know you're out there.
You always got time.
But just take a time out your day. Just a little moment in your life. And share us.
This is the episode that will win you over. I promise.
And then on the next episode, we don't have ads yet. So we still can do shout outs.
So hit us up, guys. Let's do something.
Now back to the episode. Whew. We back. We cooled down. Put some ice cubes on the chest.
Yeah, man. Like I said, that shit was gonna get heated, and it did, bro.
Yeah. Just like the camera.
Put some cooling on me. Cooling on me.
But yeah, so once again, back into the cancel culture subject. But you know, one thing I have noticed.
What?
In a way, cancel culture has now taken over parenting. When you think about it. Like now, instead of people actually trying to teach their kids, let's just cancel it. Not saying all parents do this, but some parents like, if we just cancel it, I don't have to do this.
I don't have to deal with it.
We don't have to have this conversation. Because if you think about it, if we cancel Pepe Le Pew, and for those out there, I am about to say something, and I do not regret anything I'm about to say. I just want you people to be prepared. I am giving you that forewarning that if you don't like this, take it out your ears, because I'm going to say this anyway. How they're allowing, like, to have gay cartoons on Disney Channel where they're promoting the LGBTQIA plus community, where they're taking other cartoons off. Now, I have nothing against the community. I don't. I have most respect. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't agree with some of the things that how you may go about it, but I do condone your fight and you pushing for your rights. Completely agree with it. But I do believe that that's not something that should be put, like, personally, I don't feel like that should be pushed on kids. That's just me personally. Now, me as a parent, I'm not saying take it off television, because there are some parents who don't have a problem with it. But me as a parent, instead of me saying, no, don't put that on TV, my kids just won't watch that. I just won't let my kids watch stuff like that until I feel as though they're ready for it.
I, on the other hand, kind of like the idea of incorporating that into, like, the kids' TV shows, because I think the best way I could put it is, when you're a kid, I mean, you're curious, you know. One day you want to be a box, the next day, you know, you may think you're something else, and it's been there, it's rooted in there. So I just think introducing kids to that at an earlier age and showing them, like, hey, look, if you think that you may feel a bit different than everybody else, you're not alone. You know, we support you in this. Like, don't feel bad about this. So I think starting that earlier is a really, really good thing to do.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, you feel one way about it, I feel another way about it. I'm not going to sit here and say, no, you're wrong, you shouldn't, don't do that, nah, cancel. No. Look, listen to me. I am not canceled now. No, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I have to do as a parent, and what I have to do as somebody who's trying to raise their kids in my way. I'm not going to stop you from parenting your way. I'm not going to let my kids watch stuff like that. I don't want them to be introduced to that. I want my kid to still be a kid. Now, if my kid was to come to me and ask questions, then yes, we'll have that conversation. And if I feel like you're old enough to understand what's going on in this cartoon, then yes. I don't want my little 5-year-old kid watching Disney Channel and then he see two boys kissing on TV, and then he goes to school and then kisses another boy. Now, I'm not saying my son may not know he's gay in that moment, but it's just that line of, if he goes to school and do that, now not only do I have to help him deal with that, but now I have other parents going around bashing my kid. And if any parent has the nerve to bash my kids, I don't have any kids right now, but if I did, oh, you best believe you catching these hands in these feet.
Because now you feel like those parents, they may not like that, so now they're coming for your kids,
and they're labeling my kid.
It's like, no, he's a kid. He's curious.
So I want my kid to have that education before he gets to be introduced to that stuff. And the other thing is, you know, I just feel like with certain parents, it's just like, don't let TV rule your kids. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I definitely, I know exactly what you mean. It's just like, look, fucking do your job, step up and be the freaking parent. Don't just be like, oh, well, he's watching this cartoon, he'll be fine. Like, he'll learn it from them. It's like, no.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean it doesn't mean I want it canceled. I want, to take it off TV. No, if that's how people feel and people want to have their kids educated, put it on TV. Don't cancel it. Let's have that discussion on how we can incorporate that together. Let's have somebody who may not who feels strongly that it shouldn't be on TV, and somebody who feels so strongly that it should be on TV. Have them sit with a producer and come to an understanding to where, okay, it's not too risque, but let's get it to a point where it's acceptable for both parties. And if you can't, then that's when you say, look, you little dumb fucks. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you do like it, watch it. Point blank, period. If we get the views, we get the views. If we don't, we don't. Who the fuck cares?
This is what they have viewers' discretion for. To let you know exactly what you're getting into. Well, that also comes. Well, that takes us to the next one. Do you think that they should have like a lot more viewer discretion on like the younger TV show that's going to be like introducing these kind of things to let you, the parent, knows like, okay, these are the things that we're going to probably be discussing. Whatever, do with that with what you will. Because usually when you have like kids shows, it's just like rated PG and that's it. But PG can go a long way because our PG was way different than what PG is now.
Yeah,
our PG was a bit PG-13 at the time. So,
so I guess if when you say it like that, then yeah, like not really, because I don't feel like you should have viewer discretion on every freaking channel. But I feel like sometimes put an ad out, put something out to let the people know, hey, listen, we feel strongly about this. We support this, because that's what some television,
public
like
broadcast.
Yeah, like
they don't do those anymore.
Yeah, like you remember at the end of certain shows, they would have like the characters or the people on the show, the actual actors sit here and say, "Hey, look, listen, this is what's going on." Give you a number. Like if it was a suicide episode, they give you the suicide hotline. Mm-hmm. If it was an abuse episode, rape episode, but if you can do that at the end of cartoons, like for parents, like you know what I'm saying, like if. Your kids watching the PG-13 or just have it on the ad in general. So that way, if I'm watching this channel as a parent, if I'm watching TV with my kids, okay, they do talk about this here. Like, hey, look, listen, we understand this is Disney Channel, but we are in support of the LGBTQIA plus community. So we would just like for people that do feel strongly to just monitor what your children are watching. And yes, I know it can be a bit annoying. Now I gotta sit here and I gotta watch what my kids are watching. Oh my gosh!
Fucking well, you got a kid.
Take the
That's
TV
your
away.
job.
Take the TV away.
There you go. Be that parent. Your kid will probably hate you because I know, boy, I would hate you. But
no, I will sit here and say my mom did that.
Just took the TV?
No, she blocked certain things. I wasn't able to
it.
watch certain things. This is when I was going through puberty and got caught watching porn a few times. So
you didn't have to say that, but
no,
it didn't work.
People need to know that, so she blocked it. She was able to block what I was watching. So then when I wanted to watch something that was in that rated area, she would have to put in a code for it. So take the time out and actually do your due diligence. And I'm not saying all parents don't do that. Every parent should. But if you feel strongly about a subject or what's on TV, then yeah, don't just cancel it. We're not just canceling everything. Just don't let your kid watch it. Pepe Le Pew. If you don't like what it is, don't let your kid watch it.
I'm sorry to laugh because this is a serious subject. Every time you go back to the Pepe Le Pew thing, this is really
because I like Pepe Le Pew. I do.
Oh my god!
Like I don't care.
Pepe Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him deep.
Pepe Le Pew taught me French. Chocolat bleu. Like what?
What does that mean?
It means shit. I learned that in French class. My French teacher told you it means shit. If it doesn't mean shit, don't cancel me. Teach me. Cause look, listen to me.
Stop with this shit, bro. Stop.
I am not canceled now. But no, seriously, like it means shit, and everybody knows that's kind of my favorite curse word. Shit. God damn it, shit. Oh shit. Fuck shit. Shit. Shit titty. Shit ass. Bullshit.
Well, shit. I think there goes our sponsors down the drain.
Because I say shit. They might want to sponsor me. This is some good shit. Drink this shit. Eat this shit. Download this app. It's good as shit. Come on now, because when we take a shit, feel good.
I'm not about to discuss what I do with my bowels on the podcast. That's not. Nope.
Man, listen, I'm just saying shitting can be the highlight of your day. It can. It can.
Yeah.
Take
That's
time
the
out.
furthest I'm going to go with that, though.
Okay.
That's the furthest I'm going to go with that, though.
All right. But yes, back to that. You just monitor, Just bring Pepe Le Pew back. Don't. But then the other thing that pisses me off, he's in a movie. It's just a movie. You don't take a character out of a movie. It's not like kids are gonna watch this fucking movie because I know I'm not watching it because LeBron's in it.
Hey man, this is show business. Sometimes you just don't make the cut. He didn't make the cut.
He didn't audition. You didn't give the nigga a chance to audition. Like I understand if like they did the showing and then somebody was like, "Oh man, Pepe Le Pew did a horrible job." Then yes, take his scenes the fuck out. But before the movie even comes out, you're talking about we not putting Pepe Le Pew in the movie.
Hey,
what the fuck?
This is show business. All right, that shit happens. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
So we're gonna cancel show business. No more TV. That's just what we're gonna do. No more TV till Pepe Le Pew.
At this rate we're going, I would not be surprised if that's kind of how this shit ends up. I mean, because this it's what I'm thinking about this whole cancel culture. I think it started off good, right? But then once the ball started like rolling, or I would say the boulder started rolling down the hill, it's picking up so much fucking speed to the point where you just can't stop it.
But you know what it is? It's social media. It goes back to the social media aspect of it. There are many things that social media touches where it kills it. Well, you know what? We'll make that an episode. We'll talk about that because I really want to talk about that too because there's a lot of different subjects where it kills. But it can kill television. It can kill TV shows. It can because it's like certain people like certain TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like murder mysteries. We gonna take murder mysteries off of TV because it's promoting people killing one another? No, some people like stuff like that, but those people aren't actually gonna watch that and be like, "Let me go slit somebody's throat." Yeah. Ooh.
Well, the normal person won't, but there are people who've definitely done this. I call them domestic terrorists because the fucking Looney Tunes, crazy
But
bastards.
then once again, it's about making sure that those are the people, then you get on those people. You don't get on the person make television show because he didn't make it for this person to go out here and kill somebody. No, he made it so people can tune in and watch it and have a good show to enjoy. Cancel that motherfucker. But listen to me now. You will not cancel me.
If you do that shit one more time, I will leave this show for good.
I'm just so that you know, just one more. I got one more in me.
Well, find a new co-host.
But yeah, man, it's just like as social media becomes more popular and gives people a chance to voice their opinion. And like I said, I don't have a problem with people voicing your opinion. I have a problem with people who voice their opinion to bash somebody else's opinion and try to make people feel bad about their opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. It's a difference between bashing and then educating. There's a totally different. If you're just being an ass, at some point it becomes you're just being an ass now. Like sometimes when I'm on social media and I'm reading comments and I'm just like, okay, but was that even necessary? Like I was reading something on the Celtic page because we suck right now, and the guy was in the comments that he was naming players by their jersey numbers and not their names. And then somebody was like, "Oh man, you don't want to give them names." Maybe that's just what he wanted to do. Like, why is that a big deal? Because he named numbers. If you're a true fan, you know who he's talking about.
So that lands on you, motherfucker.
Yeah, so it's not his fault. You know, you're not a real fan because every number he put, I know that person. I know who he's talking about. He probably didn't want to put their names out there because then it'd be like, if I put their names, they're gonna be like, yeah, he sucks. Oh man, he's doing a horrible job. Now you just now you're coming on here to bash.
He thought this shit through.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have you guys badmouth my teams." My team players.
And I was just like, man, it's not like he said anything wrong. It was just, oh man, you can't give them names. Now their names aren't important. Like, why is that? Why is that any of you? But why are you so concerned, person? Why does it matter? Drink a coffee and sit down. God damn. But I feel like even over time, it's just gonna be like we just don't turn on TV. But then it's like you ain't gonna go outside. Because people nowadays don't go outside. Well, we can't go outside right now, but you know.
Yeah.
COVID-19 can't really go outside. But even still, it's just like you're taking. It's getting to the point now where people really have to be careful with what they're doing. Every little thing they do, like 50 Cent with Power, the new one. People got mad at him because they felt like, because the one character on the show, can't think of his name, he's gay.
Oh, you're talking about the middle brother.
Yeah, the middle brother, because he was gay. And they was like, oh, man, 50, why'd you do that? You didn't now you didn't turn this into one of those shows? Like, no. There are thugs, niggas that's about that life, that like the same sex. It's true shit. There are people out there like that.
And to the person who probably thought that, go fuck yourself and move forward with the new world.
And it's 50 Cent. It's his TV show. Well, I don't think he's probably part of it, but he's producing the show. Who gives a fuck what the fuck you think? Once again, if you don't like it, turn the shit off.
You ain't gotta watch the show. We got all these other people watching it because I know my black ass is.
Yeah,
right,
I was tuned in, and I honestly
it.
didn't think nothing was wrong with it because, like I said, there are people out there like that.
And
that's about that
right.
life,
and he's still real right with it too.
Yeah, nigga wasn't no bitch. Like, no, nigga was hard as shit. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it be like that. But don't just sit here and be like, oh man, 50, you done became one of those producers. Oh my gosh, man, we can't be doing this, 50. You supposed to be a thug. What the fuck does that got to do with him? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? It's a TV show. And so that diminishes his thug because he wants to, because he gets it that this is what's on TV, because he wants to appeal to a better, to get more audience. Mm-hmm. That's what he wants to do. This is what he wants to do. We're going to bash him because this is what the man wants to do. Go outside, listen to the birds tweet. And while you're out there, I don't want to say that because then that's fucked up. But listen to the birds tweet and just meditate. Reevaluate your life. This shouldn't be hurting you that much. Dumb fucks.
Damn.
I'm sorry. That just
it was a rant. It was a rant. It usually happens once an episode, and there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
But yeah, so like you said, I do feel like as we go into the future, if we don't start looking into trying to change this or trying to reevaluate cancel culture, it's gonna get to the point now where it's just like just sit in the dark and just don't open your mouth. In my opinion, I don't know how you feel about it. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I can't speak my mind. Like I feel like my freedom of speech is being, in jeopardy right now because I can't say what it is that I feel because I'm afraid that somebody's just going to jump out of nowhere and try to like shut me down. And it should not be that freaking way. And the whole name cancel culture itself, it just brings on such a negative connotations. Like when I hear it now, I immediately think bad things when it shouldn't be that way. It did not start out that way. It was meant to be something good. It was a call out culture. This person did this thing. It's a really fucked up thing.
Yeah, it was to bring attention to what's going on in any community. It was supposed to be the aspect of we have this voice, now let's use it to change things. But now you got people just walking around just using it willy-nilly. Like, oh man, this person didn't answer my phone call, you're canceled. Oh man, you didn't text me back, you're canceled. Oh man, you cheated on me, you're canceled. Oh man, you with your baby mama, you canceled. See? Oh man, you met your baby daddy, you canceled. You didn't clean the bedroom, you canceled.
It's gone overboard, man. It really has. And it's sad to say because a lot of good has come out from this. Like, do you remember back in 2012? It was the whole thing to end Kony. It was like Kony 2012, like the African like warlord guy. That's part of like the cancel culture before it even really became like that. But it was good because they got him. It was used for something good, and now it's just like we said before earlier in the podcast. It's becoming a witch hunt, and it should not be that.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like you said, the name. We need to reevaluate the name. It should not be cancel culture because at the end of the day, you shouldn't just delete you shouldn't just delete somebody. You need to educate. I can't stress this enough. You need to educate somebody because sometimes somebody is just ignorant. You deleting that person, or to me, that's just like if you see somebody doing something wrong, you stay silent about it.
I'm gonna turn a blind eye.
Yeah, you're just as bad as that person.
I don't see it. I can't judge it. There you go. I don't see it. It doesn't exist.
If we're sitting there and, you know what I'm saying, we just cancel that person, that's not going to educate them. That's not informing them what they did was wrong because all they're going to do is apologize and then just keep it pushing and then not understand what they did. When you did something wrong, somebody explained to you why that was wrong. So I don't think it should be cancel culture. It needs to be called educate culture. We need to stop trying to cancel and educate. Then because now educate culture is the positive of it. Now, because I educated you on the matter and you still go about it, now we gonna cancel you because you not understanding.
I'm gonna give it a new name. It's called Get That Nigga. There it is.
I don't think we're gonna call it "Get That Nigga."
Okay, maybe take that one back.
Yeah, I was about to say
Let's just call it cancel culture.
It's a little. Ooh.
Oh yeah, take that back.
Yeah.
Take that back. I got a flashback.
Yeah.
I got an ancestry flashback. I'm like, no. Don't call it that. Don't call it that.
Nigga.
It's called a cancel culture.
Yeah, or something else, or not even just. We could just call it "Get Them" culture. You know.
I can't call it that either.
Okay.
Get them, yeah.
Well. Social media, let's figure it out. Let's just stop.
Let's have this discussion.
Yeah, let's
figure it out.
Because cancel culture it shouldn't be the negative and it shouldn't be the positive and the negative. It should just be there should be a positive word for it and then a negative word for it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always two ends of a coin. So it's like educate culture is positive. Now, if you're not following educational culture, then let's get rid of it.
These are called the consequences.
Yes, these are the consequences for your action. Because we educated you, we informed you, we allowed ourselves to try to teach you. And if you don't want to be taught, then there will be consequences for your actions. But the consequences shouldn't come before you try to teach somebody. You shouldn't just be quick to say, like this, oh gosh, he called, oh gosh, oh no. Hell no.
Damn, that was violent.
Yeah. But yes, this is how we feel on cancel culture. This is our opinions. Once again, if you don't like it, like I've been saying all episode, take your ass outside. Listen to the birds tweet.
And a positive way to say that is, if you may not agree with it, that's totally okay, but accept our opinions just like we accept your opinions.
Yeah, what he said. And that's been another episode of Not Exactly Kids. Please make sure that you're tuning into us every Monday at 12 o'clock. Please make sure that you do follow us. We are actually on a lot more platforms now. We have
iTunes. Nope, don't got that.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I really need you to learn this.
I am terrible.
YouTube. We're on iHeartRadio and Google Podcasts as well. Please make sure you're tuning in. And once again, if you shout us out on your social media, tag us on our Instagram or wherever platform you are on. And just make sure you follow us on Not Exactly Kids. Turn on that notifications so that we know that you're listening.
I'm your host, Elhad Joutland.
And I'm your host, Isaiah Jones.
Saying, have a good day.
And can't wait to see the next episode. Well, Yank, that's another episode done. Another one down for the books.
And no fish left on the hook?
Yeah. So I guess that's it. We must be done. Not exactly kids. Thought we were finished.